So it's bad in that sense, but the upgrade is obviously really good. It's going to be shooting faster and more accurately.
What's going on?
This gross bug lady is my new friend.
I'm learning many things, like I'm a pet and ugly.
Thank you for the follow. So I'm going to change mine up a little bit too. I'm actually, last game I did only 10 on wood. Usually I do 12. So you overfloat slightly onto the berries, and then you can take 2 off because you've overfloated on it with that 5th one. And I neglected that last game. So we'll try it this one. Brit flank. Brit flank is my other favorite. So Ethiopian and Brits are great. Brit for Wolf Hill is like downright OP because there's so many sheep, right? It's pretty nice. And if you make it to castle, then the Brit has the advantage. But in Feudal Age, the Ethiopian has a really strong advantage because their archers are attacking faster. So if an Ethiopian can get on top of a Brit, the Ethiopian is better. If if the Brit can stay at range, then the Brit's going to be better after their castle, right? But before that, they're not any better. They're worse. The thing that would make them better would be like the map. So like Wolf Hill, they have more sheep. You would hope that they would get up quicker. They would have less problems making vills from idling or anything. Ethiopian is just so sweet. You get that extra food and gold. There's almost no excuse for not getting fletching immediately with this civ. I can't imagine, unless you're like drushed or forwarded. Yep. The other thing about Ethiopian though is super late, like post imp. I think I prefer them over Brit because they get siege onager. And you can help clear lots of different armies, where Brits kind of, I feel like they fall off, but that's just me. You should really probably be ending before Brits fall off, obviously. So 6, and then we're going to go 3 to wood. I guess I'll have to remind me to talk through the build. I'm really bad at doing that. So we got 3 to wood, 6 on sheep. Now we're going to go to the boar. After the Boarville, we want to send a Ville out to make houses. So our gold is here. This is our thing we need to protect. So house, house, wall. If we're thinking with our expert brain. So I want to maintain only 6 on that. So 6 now. I'm going to walk to the farthest point since I've got 2 of them there. Then I'll make the mill between. We'll shift rally these to the berries we want them to be on. Next Ville, this is getting about halfway down. We've got 6 Villes on it, so we want to go to the next boar. We've got 4 in berries. Uh-oh, does he have a bad map here? So this is where I should already have that coming in, but I don't, so I'm gonna go extra float the berries, because I want only 6 here, and I have way too many. I couldn't find my ostrich. That should have been being pushed already. I think I'll actually go on the sheep. Wait, am I looking at the wrong... Oh my god. I thought my boar was running out of food, but this one's actually got a lot of food. Oh my god. Whoops. I didn't have to eat the sheep. It was fine. So 21 pop, get loom. Okay, we're gonna click up. We're gonna send the wood. Gold. Now that I have my barracks made. We're really trying to save all this food up so that we don't have to make farms, basically. Instead of making farms like you would with a scout rush right away after your stable, we're going to be making a range and a blacksmith. 2 range and a blacksmith. So we're going to have to spin more wood. But that's fine because we don't need as much food. Okay, so 9 minutes, we're dropping 9:40. We're dropping our range. We're using our berryvilles because those aren't affected by rot, right? So it's fine if we peel from there. Here, I don't really want to. I really want to start more. Making archers as soon as we can. Let's find our enemy. Got one out. This upgrade's going to take a little bit, so I'm going to delay. Get my blacksmith out. Now we've got 6 on sheep. We have that saturation good, so now we'll start going to gold again because we want to get to 7 on gold, right? I say right, but I guess this is a build tutorial. I should probably just be saying, do this. Do this thing. Fletching next. Wood should have been upgraded. That was a big bonehead move by me. That should be the first thing you do. So then the goal is to have fletching out as you're pushing out with these archers as soon as possible. So 12 minutes we're moving out with archers and fletching. We're not quite saturated here yet. Always getting walled. We're at 6, so we need 1 more. Whoops. I don't know where Yeti space is. Now we're getting close to our shepherds being finished. Right, you can go this way. We want 4 to 5 on berries, so we're going to start dropping farms. Now that we can do the upgrade here. sort of praying that he doesn't get over here quick enough. Okay, and then we're just going to farm out. We've got 10 on. No, we have 12 on wood. Always shaving these down now. Continuing making the archers. Okay, now we only have one spot we have to maintain is over here. That's open. Everywhere else we can kind of ignore for a little bit. There he is. So my army's somewhere else. Which means I have to do a panic tower, but maybe I'll get more damage in. We'll see. The tower is, I don't have army. I don't want to lose vills, right? Immediately. Now we're safe, and we have a raid on him. And now we're going to move out from that same position. He's going to be coming back towards his base. Whoop! Good job. Okay. So we lost quite a bit. This is quite scandalous. Nice job. So in a 1v1, this is where I'd be adding skirm, but this is, we're practicing team game builds, so I don't want to be making any skirms, ideally, because there's going to be scouts and knights on the field, right? So that was a great cleanup for him. We're gonna have to do a third range a little early, because again we're behind. No, I think he's just upping. I'm overfloated. This is going to be a drop siege workshop first. So if you're mirroring and you're not going to go a counter unit versus archer, if you can't quite make the archer count high enough again, you will have to. Oh, you know what? Damn, he's not. Woo! I'm not even gonna have the luxury of making a siege. So that was kind of fortunate that he threw his army. Resaturate on everything. I need everything fixed. Because that got crazy. This is going to be one of those ones where I feel behind, so I'm going to get Thumb Ring and Ballistics and not go for Eco. But now, so this can be good because our army's strong, but now we have to do damage, basically, is the problem. But that's fine. Sometimes this is way better than just dropping TCs and playing from behind, right? So now we're back to about 10 to 12 on wood. And we want only 9 on gold. Because we only have 3 range. Alright, now we've got full upgrade. So we'll try and do some damage here. I see him over there to the right. Get eco upgrades. Let's see if you drop TC. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. So I think same sort of similar thing happened. The first game I got you with the tech advantage of fletching. This game you were in a fantastic spot. Really good here, pressured me a lot, idled me a shit ton. I think you overstepped over here because you had a huge army lead. So at that point, you killed Vils too. So you can just kind of like chill for a little bit, right? We can back up and go for really safe raids. So like, you don't want to be in past my ranges and with a wall behind you and like keeping you here, right? Because I could be flanking or whatever, like in and out, kind of picking stuff. Also, knowing that I was so far behind in feudal means I pretty much have to go all in, right? So now I went ballistics and thumb ring instead of dropping TC because you're so far ahead of me. Like the only way I can win now is if I do damage to you. So this is where if you're dropping a TC and you see that I have ballistics kind of quick and you don't have it yet, maybe you drop a siege workshop. So you now want to defend your advantage, which is extra vills and extra production. And I'm trying to say, okay, I'm gonna all in for this one way I might be able to win. Right, so you didn't have ballistics, and I had thumb ring, ballistic, and a slightly more number. So mirror is really crazy because you really have to be careful with the armies, when to make army versus when to go eco. You did really good though. That was way better than the first game. Your eco was good. Wow, actually I had more than you. It's kind of weird. You idled me a lot and had more vills. I wonder why. Maybe building TC probably cost you a little of eco for building. Excuse me. Better? Yeah. Now, the problem with that build is if they like go man-at-arm forward and they tower your wood and your gold, you immediately die. So you have to be very careful and have the scout up there around your base looking for the forwards. And you have to be pre-walling in ways that will keep your gold and at least a wood safe. Moving. Oh, I see. Rebalancing. Well, the micro was good, and you made me rebalance like a fuck ton of times. So we can... Should we do it one more? I feel like we should do one more of the archer ones because the improvement from game 1 to 2 was like light years difference. Let's see if you can, on the third one, you can beat me. And the nice thing that I like about team game is when you're playing right, you're really just doing these optimal builds